Tonight's IEHL broadcast is brought to you by Ponke FPV Drone Video, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗍 Skate Sharpening, Hockey Central Shop in Krefeld, Germany, Transport Regent, Canada's finest moving company for over 20 years, and 𝗵𝗁𝗃 Photography Store in Tel Aviv.
So what we've been doing the whole time.
Good evening and welcome to One Ice Arena for tonight's matchup between the Jerusalem Capitals and the Bat Yam Dolphins. My name is 𝗵𝗃𝗺, joined tonight by Haifa Mariners goaltender 𝗧𝗲 Spanier. 𝗧𝗲, we've got a good game tonight. What players are you looking for?
Oh, absolutely. We got a great game tonight. Obviously, on Jerusalem, we have number 13, 𝗪𝗁𝗍, somebody to absolutely watch for out there. And on Bat Yam, I think number 6, Lukin. Those are that's probably the best player for Bat Yam. Those two players are very even. They play different styles, but I think it's going to be a very cool matchup, an even matchup between those two players.
I think it's important to note that on the Jerusalem side of things, they're playing with a very short lineup, only 7 forwards and 4 defensemen dressing tonight. So far, we have not seen Yuval Halpert on the bench for the Jerusalem Capitals. He had a hat trick in an 11-5 win against Lund on Friday. That's going to be a big loss for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yuval is currently out of the country of Israel, so he will not be playing the game. He'll be back eventually to finish the season, but I hope the boys at Jerusalem have their pasta, their chicken. Hope they drink lots of water before the game because they're going to need it tonight to keep up with one of the top teams in the league of Bat Yam.
It's an important game also considering the standings. Spots 2 through 4 are all tied at 9 points. Those spots are occupied by Jerusalem, Cologne, and Bat Yam, each with 9 points. Mentioned tonight's starting goalies. You're looking at the Bat Yam Dolphins, and they have 𝗫 back. We saw him last night in the All-Star game. Comes into this game with a 1-0-1 record and a 3.5 goals against average. And on the other side, it's going to be Jonathan Resinger back in net. He owns a 3-2 record with a 4.6 goals against average. He and the Jerusalem Capitals coming into this one on a 3-game winning streak. Shay, they're going to have to play really well to keep that streak going tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think something to note here is that we got both goalies on the national team. They're very even in skill. They both play different styles. I feel like Janssen plays a very calm style. We got 𝗫 on the for Bat Yam. Plays a very flashy game, likes to have fun, show off the leather bit. Very March-Ambro-esque, you could say. But, you know, very excited to see these two goalies play. It should be a good matchup.
It absolutely will as the players make their way to center ice. And you mentioned 𝗪𝗫𝗍 𝗫𝗏𝗺. You see him at the center of your screen. He had 8 points in an 8-5 rout of Cologne on Friday. They're going to need a similar performance tonight out of him. Oh, yeah, he did. And we are underway here from One Ice Arena. Glad you could join us here on a Wednesday night in Israel or wherever you find yourselves around the globe. And as Bat Yam gets the first possession, and they'll send this one in. Here's Ben Gurevich trying to feed one out of the corner, but it's intercepted by 𝗫𝗏𝗺 and will bring things the other way. Nice move to get her out Cameron Angus. Here's 𝗫𝗏𝗺 in onside. 𝗫𝗏𝗺 cuts to the outside, is taken down. No penalty there.
That should have been a call 100%. But amazing footwork by Sherby over there.
𝗫𝗏𝗺 still with the puck on the near wall, throws one to the goal and it hit the glass. Comes to 𝗧𝗫 throwing one out in front, had 𝗵𝗏 going to the front of the goal. Couldn't get his stick on it, was broken up in front by Cameron Angus. It's a good defensive play there.
Oh, yeah.
Gelbart throws it around, but now a stoppage of play, and we do like it there. If there is going to be a penalty, it's going to go against Jerusalem.
Something also to note with this Jerusalem roster, we got Josh Greenberg. I don't know if we talked about him much. He's the all-time lead point scorer in the Israeli Winter Domestic League. Someone you should also look for out there on the ice.
Absolutely, we did mention him. My apologies. There was no penalty on the play. It looks like the referee was signaling for one, but looks like they might have called an icing, as here's 𝗬𝗎 playing defense tonight, wiping out there after taking that shot. And a 2-on-1 the other way for Bat Yam. Ben Gurevich with Orome. Gurevich, a shot and a pad save by Resinger. Orome now down low to Gurevich. Has Ratner coming in from the point. Throw once to the goal and a save by Resinger standing up. Lukin picks this one up and turn it right back over to Max Abrahams, but there's the 48-year-old Stanislav Ratner coming back to collect that puck and resetting for Bat Yam. Ratner, 48 years old, out of Severodonetsk in Ukraine. As here's a chance for Bat Yam in front for 𝗪𝗁𝗏, and he pushed it wide. Comes back to the point for Ratner. He steps into one, and it's blocked in front by Michel and dribbles into the corner. Velez up top for Lukin. Right side, it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏. He drifts one to the goal, and getting down to block that shot was Jesse Michel. Schwartzman will chase after this one as Ratner chops it away from him. Lukin playing back on defense and tries to send Velez on his way, but it was picked off at center ice by 𝗵𝗏, and he sends 𝗫𝗏𝗺 on his way. 𝗫𝗏𝗺 a shot and a save by Tichon. And he'll cover this one as it bounced off his pad right onto the side of the net. Good early pace to this game, both teams getting in some chances.
Oh yeah, you just saw over there 𝗫𝗏𝗺 wheeling and dealing through the center ice, cutting to the middle. And over here we got Jonathan making 2 or 3 big saves against Bat Yam, keeping the score at 0-0.
Face-off control in the offensive end by the Capitals. Quick pass by 𝗫𝗏𝗺 to 𝗵𝗏, then right back towards 𝗫𝗏𝗺. Instead it comes back to Norris. He sends one on goal and it dribbles on Tichon, who makes the save. Face-off control now by the Dolphins. This comes right in on 𝗬𝗁. He'll push it to the side, and then now we're looking up to go up the right wing with this one. 𝗕𝗁𝗁 helping him out of the zone. He gets it across to Saunders, and he'll try and get that in over the blue line, but a good block by 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏. Levy up ahead to 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏, and here he comes turning on the Jets. Lost the puck for a second, but got it back. Ran into pretty much the entire 𝗵𝗏𝗃 team. Able to find 𝗵𝗏𝗵𝗏𝗺 making his IEHL season debut on defense for Jerusalem. He'll chip that one around the 𝗵𝗏𝗃 defense, but now a turnover. Here's 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏. He shoots in a big save by 𝗬𝗁. Stuck out the left leg and kept that one out.
2 low shots right there. And he got 2 brick walls of legs right there to stop it.
Here's a feed in front for 𝗵𝗁𝗁, and he was broken up. Good play by 𝗧𝗏 getting back.
You're starting to see the fatigue right now on the Jerusalem bench. Look at the really huffing and puffing. You got half the team sitting down. That's that short bench right there.
On the other side, there's a lot of 𝗵𝗏𝗃 players off the bottom of your screen standing up. Cameron Angus over to 𝗬𝗏𝗁, and he'll bring this one in over the line. 𝗧𝗏 again able to break it up. On his backhand, can't keep it away from 𝗬𝗏𝗁. Getting some help from 𝗫𝗁. Good play by 𝗫𝗁 to bring that to his forehand. He's able to ride off Cameron Angus for a second on the near wall. And now he's able to bring the puck in. 𝗫𝗁 on his backhand finds Greenberg for a shot and a save by 𝗬𝗁. Something
to note here, I feel like both goalies have done a very good job with their rebound control tonight. You don't see a lot of second or third shots even. You can't even get a chance there. They're just acting like sponges right now, absorbing both shots from anywhere.
That creates opportunities on the face-off, which we're going to see now in the 𝗵𝗏𝗃 end. A lot of face-offs so far on either side of near 𝗬𝗁. This one controlled by 𝗵𝗏𝗃. It's Michael Katz, the defenseman, able to get this one out onto the stick of 𝗬𝗏𝗁. And then Lukin. 𝗬𝗏𝗁 having some trouble with it in his own blue line. He'll curl back away from 𝗧𝗏 and now bring one up the right wing boards. Here's 𝗂𝗏 with Marzico, but it's punched away by Michel. Goes back into Resinger. He's having some trouble with it, and now he's able to get the cover. Mentioned rebound control. Resinger had to be sharp there.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I just mentioned that, and then that happens. But, you know, sometimes the weird bounces happen in front. You know, as a fellow goalie that's still playing. But, yeah, that's happened to me a fair few times.
For the first time in a while, we've seen a face-off deep in the Jerusalem end. It's 𝗵𝗏𝗃 controlling the draw. It's Ratner now backhanding one along the far wall. Spivak tried to clear. Lukin kept it away from Capital's sticks. Comes back eventually to 𝗪𝗓𝗄 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏. He hands off to Fagan. Almost turned it over, but it's Spivak skating into this one, and he'll bring it down the right wing boards. Spivak to the outside. Puck bounces off the boards, so Michael Katz able to control for 𝗵𝗏𝗃. He has some time and space now behind his own end. He'll launch one up the middle of the ice, almost onto the stick of Volez, but a good play by Fagan getting back. 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏 evades a hit, gets the puck down low for Spivak. 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏 and Katz exchanging words as Katz heads to the bench. Now Levy skating over, but here's Lukin the other way. Lukin a shot and a glove save by Jonathan Resinger.
Good patience there to stay on your feet and snag that glove. That looked like it was going top corner.
You didn't see it off the play, but Yitzhak Levy now having words with Cameron Angus. He put a hard hit on Eliezer 𝗕𝗫𝗺𝗏, and Levy, the captain of the Capitals, taking exception.
Looks like stick ended up in the bench. One of his Levy's stick ended up in the bench for 𝗵𝗏𝗃.
Jerusalem controls off the draw. It's sent around to Greenberg. You mentioned before, Greenberg, one of the leading point scorers in Israeli domestic league history, as a shot by 𝗧𝗏 goes wide. But he's had a slow start to this season, has Josh Greenberg. Only 1 goal in 5 games played. He needs to be a much bigger factor for this Jerusalem Capitals offense. Here's Resinger making yet another cut save. He'll get the cover. Angus will wing this one forward. Resinger out to play it. He's in some trouble, but coming back to block it away was 𝗏𝗏. 𝗓𝗏 launches one towards the goal, and Abrahams will just put that in the corner. And 𝗏𝗏 looking for a clear. He'll slap this one all the way out, around, but not out. 𝗓𝗏 got it back in. 𝗏𝗏 one more time trying to clear, but can't get around 𝗓𝗏. Abrahams looking for an exit, and he finds Josh Greenberg down the middle of the ice with 𝗪𝗏𝗏. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 had it picked off by 𝗪𝗏𝗂, and quickly it's 𝗵𝗏𝗏 the other way. It's 𝗪𝗏𝗏. Rome to the outside, cuts back in, goes behind the net. Looking for a pass out in front, looking for 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Couldn't find him there. This one's sent ahead for Vitaly. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 will catch up to this one in the corner. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 with a good stick check to knock it away. Now it's Fagan at his own end. Drop for 𝗕𝗏𝗺, but he turned it over. Here's Voles in on goal. He shoots, he scores! What a shot by Gleb Voles. His third goal of the year makes it 1-0 𝗵𝗏𝗏.
That hit the right post, crossbar, left post, center bar. That hit everything on the net. Wow, what a shot. That was a rocket.
The awareness by Gleb Voles to see the turnover and pick it up. And that's a perfectly placed shot by Gleb Voles.
That short bench for Jerusalem really showed there, and you didn't really have the bodies and the energy to get back and play on some defense after that unfortunate turnover.
You're absolutely right. 𝗕𝗏𝗺's played a lot of this first period there, and just a mental error at his own blue line cost his team big time early in this game. Here's 𝗕𝗏𝗺 back out on the ice. Penalty coming against 𝗵𝗏𝗏. The Jerusalem bench calling Jonathan Resinger for the extra skater. Jerusalem will look to make something happen. Gelbart having some trouble with it. He's hauled down. So a trip coming against 𝗪𝗏𝗂. They're not going to call what looks like perhaps a second penalty. So the first power play of the game going to the Jerusalem Capitals, and it's a big one here, Shay.
Oh, absolutely. And we got a quote here from 𝗵𝗏𝗏 before the game. He told me on the bus on the way up that, quote, we are going to stop the 𝗵𝗏𝗏 Dolphins, and we're going to win 6-2. So if they're going to get 6 goals, it starts right here on this power play.
That result is still possible as Jerusalem now controls off the face-off to start this 2-minute power play. Itzik Levy walks the line. Gives to 𝗕𝗏𝗺 at the near wall. He curls down into the corner. 𝗵𝗏𝗏 coming in to help. Sent over for Gelbart. Looks for a lane, and he shot it wide. Angus on his backhand, can't clear. Good play by 𝗕𝗏𝗺 to hold it in the line. He shoots one, and it's deflected wide. Good early zone time for the Capitals on this power play. 𝗵𝗏𝗏 cuts into the slot. He shoots one. Bad save by 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Dribbling in the crease. And 𝗬𝗏𝗏 able to grab that one with his blocker.
𝗫𝗏𝗏 right now is a story for the 𝗵𝗏𝗏 Dolphins. He's looking extremely sharp. He's seen the puck very well, and when he gets hit with a shot, he usually absorbs it. And that was one of the only times there this game where maybe there was another opportunity where there was a scrum, and his defense was able to help him out there. The defensive structure right now for 𝗵𝗏𝗏 is looking excellent, and I'm really liking the way they're playing this game so far.
What I'm curious about, and I still need an answer for, is what happened to the backup goaltender for the 𝗵𝗏𝗏 Dolphins, Arthur 𝗧𝗏𝗏, who played terrific last week in 2 games against Tel Aviv. An 8-3 win and then a 7-6 shootout win. Both games he just was absolutely brilliant. Made a great save in that first game, getting the paddle down. He's 19 years old. He played in what's essentially the Russian Major Junior League, but right now it's near 𝗬𝗏𝗏's net, and Jerusalem keeps working on the power play. Comes back to 𝗵𝗏𝗏. He walks the line. Curls away from Lukin, but not Voles. Here's Voles, has only 𝗏𝗏𝗏 to beat. Voles in on goal. He shoots. He scores! Another one for Gleb Voles. This one comes shorthanded, and just like that, it's 2-0 𝗵𝗏𝗏.
He took that puck to his backhand, was able to fake out Jonathan, get him the drop early, and put it right over the blocker. Great shot to find the back of the net there. And that's 2 up on the Jerusalem Capitals.
What a burst of speed by 𝗫𝗀𝗺𝗲 as it looked for a second like Nissan Bothwell was going to be able to catch up. But he just turned on the afterburners there and beat Jonathan Resinger high to the blocker side. Another perfectly placed shot by the 26-year-old out of Moscow. .38 seconds remaining on the power play as here's Mikey Spivak bringing it right back in. The drop for 𝗕𝗏𝗺. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 back to Spivak, curls it out in front for 𝗕𝗏𝗺, and he didn't see it coming. This one slapped around the boards by the Bat-Yam defense. That's number 39, 𝗀𝗏, sitting on 1 goal this season. It was the opening goal against your Haifa Mariners, Shay.
Short memory, short memory.
Here's Spivak in with 5 seconds left on the power play. The drop for 𝗕𝗏𝗺. He shoots one high over the blocker of 𝗕𝗁, and it hits the glass and comes all the way around. 𝗪ζիկos steps back onto the ice, then onto the bench. Play 5 aside with 5:33 to play in the first period. Itsik Levy. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 calling for it. Gets it in his skates. Sends one out in front, and a great save by 𝗕𝗁, but now it's in. Spivak able to push it right by the pad of 𝗕𝗁, and it's a 2-1 hockey game.
It looks like he made the initial save on that. We all saw that. But I'm really curious to see how that went in after. I saw his right leg come back towards, because you can only hold that position for so far. But was it his own teammate, or?
We're going to have a look at it again on the replay. It's a good drive wide by 𝗕𝗏𝗺. It's hard to tell. It looks like that right pad just comes up a little bit as 𝗕𝗁 is sliding from his left to his right, and the puck just found a hole underneath him.
That is a very tough save to make. The fact they even got most of it right there, too, is so impressive in itself.
It's Spivak's 2nd of the year. He had a big night as well on Friday. Now up to 8 points on the season for the 22-year-old Israeli. Bothwell punches this one around, and it's Vitaly Schwartzman. Finds Netta Halpert on right wing. This one's out of his reach, though, so Tkachuk back to get it first for the Dolphins. Poked out of the zone by Tkachuk and thrown back in by Michel. This one dribbles in on 𝗕𝗁, and he'll hand it off to his defenseman, Katz. But a steal. Here's Schwartzman, shoots one into the glove of near 𝗕𝗁.
Jerusalem's starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. They're starting to get some offensive possessions. I don't know, they only need 5 more to go, so we'll see how they're gonna do.
That was an important goal on the power play for the Capitals. They proved on Friday that they can score at will. 11 goals against the Cologne Vipers in what was Phil Buschbacher's final game of the season. And if Jerusalem wants to keep climbing up the standings, they're going to need to have similar offensive performances against all other 5 teams in this IEHL. This one gets past Fagan, and Michel will have to hustle back with 𝗫𝗀𝗺𝗲 bearing down. Levy will go right back to Michel. Slaps one off the boards, intended for 𝗕𝗏𝗺, but it was too hot to handle, so Stanislav Ratner will send this one back in. Load of turnovers in the circle. Finally coming away with it is Bat-Yam. It's 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Then 𝗪ζիկos trying to center one in front. It was blocked away by Spivak. Comes back to the point for 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Trying to walk the line, sends one towards the goal, was blocked away. Soft chance by Fagan is turned the other way to 𝗕𝗏𝗺. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 the hand up. Now it comes to Levy, and another kick save from 𝗕𝗁. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 again throwing one off the leg of Stanislav Ratner. But now a 2-on-1 the other way if 𝗫𝗀𝗺𝗲 could hurry up. Here's 𝗪ζիկos sending one in front for 𝗀𝗺𝗲, but it was out of his reach. Spivak did a good job of breaking that one up. Comes to Goodman now. He shoots one off the stick of Gelbart. Here's 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗺 flying out of his own zone. 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗺 with a shot and a save by 𝗕𝗁. It's like he's willing to do it all for his team. 𝗬𝘀𝗍𝗺 𝗵𝗏.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, 𝗕𝗁𝗏𝗺 is a very dynamic player. He's somebody that can go in the corners. He's a very fast skater, amazing hands, and a very heavy shot. I mean, he is the Jerusalem Capitals right now.
Norris with a shot that dribbles wide. 𝗧𝗏's throwing one out in front, and it's gloved and held by 𝗬𝗏. 3:10 left to play in this first period. 𝗵𝗏 leading the Jerusalem Capitals by a score of 2-1. Both teams with 9 points in the standings. 𝗵𝗏, just by playing less games, they've only played 4, sit in second place. Jerusalem in 5th with a 3-2 record. Excuse me, 4th. Here's a drop pass for Abrahams. He shoots one off of 𝗬𝗏. 𝗵𝗏 trying to counter quickly with some Capitals pinching, but a good play by Norris to keep it alive an extra second. Comes in front for Abrahams, and he shanked it. 2-on-1 the other way. It's Rosenman with Saunders. Rosenman out in front. Saunders fanned on that shot. Norris having some trouble with it, caught flat-footed, but they're able to get it ahead to 𝗧𝗏. 𝗧𝗏 will curl back as his team's making some changes. He'll get this one in deep and go off himself. Tilson up the right wing boards. 𝗵𝗂𝗃 and 𝗬𝗏𝗃 able to get this one deep, and Cameron Angus on the other side looking to start a play. He'll send it back down low for 𝗬𝗃𝗃. Michel rides him hard into the boards, but it comes back to 𝗵𝗂𝗃 for 𝗵𝗏 at the point. Or roam from a tough angle into the breadbasket of Resinger, and now some extracurriculars between Michel and the much smaller Ben 𝗬𝗏𝗃.
Yeah, you saw the two Jerusalem Capital players holding back Michel over there. He's like, like one of those like big dogs you gotta hold back with a chain. You gotta keep him under control.
Here's a shot by Rome off the face-off. It goes wide. Comes to 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝗏, and he'll chip this one out of the zone. Spivak skates into this one. Stops up in the circle. No one there yet for the Capitals, so Spivak curls down, waiting for reinforcements. Cherbatov kicks this one away from Rome. A good play by 𝗫𝗏 on the second effort, able to keep it away. 𝗵𝗏 turns it over to Rome. Rome trying to find 𝗬𝗏𝗃 coming in from the point. It ended up on Angus' stick, and then it was taken away by Spivak. Here's Spivak in over the line. Drop pass for Levy. Tries to force one down low for Spivak. Intercepted and turned the other way by Jake 𝗫𝗏. Goal and 2 assists for him this season. Was a point a game last year over the summer, but so far hasn't found his offensive touch. Here's Levy looking for another goal, and he shot it wide off the 2-on-1. The net comes off.
That is a play that you really want. I know for a fact, look, and you can see him right now, he's kind of just looking up like, man, that whole net was open. You had near 𝗬𝗏 spread out on his stomach. The only thing stopping him was just a single glove, and that whole net was open, especially the top corner. So
you're not going to get a beautiful pass like that from 𝗬𝘀𝗍𝗺 𝗵𝗏 every single day. That was perfect. We remain 2-1 with 57 seconds left to play in the first period. 𝗧𝗏 shoots one wide. Goes all the way around the boards to 𝗪𝗫𝗀, and he'll send this one all the way down, and it will become an icing.
it's been a very back and forth game. Both teams really kind of even right now, especially in the last like 2 minutes.
Off the draw, this one bounces in the slot. Cat's trying to backhand one out. Netta Halpert rides him hard into the boards. Eventually coming away with his puck, but he can't clear. Gelbart trying to throw one down, and hits 𝗪𝗫𝗂, and then it comes to Lukin. Has 𝗬𝗲𝗃 open on left wing. Trying to spin away from 𝗧𝗏, but a great defensive play to stay with him. Now Ratner is shot, and it's deflected wide. Lukin on it for 𝗵𝗏. Drop for Katz. He shoots one through a maze of players, and it deflects wide. Lukin a drive from a sharp angle now, and it hits the side of the net.
From the all-star zone.
Another chance for 𝗵𝗵𝗆, that time off the stick of 𝗏𝗏. Never made it on goal. He'll punch this one back in, and with 3 seconds, Jerusalem needs to shoot this puck. 𝗧𝗏 lets one go. It dribbles in. A save by 𝗃𝗁 as we head to the first intermission with 𝗵𝗆 up 2-1. Just about set to start the second period here between 𝗵𝗆 and Jerusalem here at One Ice Arena. Up here in the booth with Shea Spanier, I am Ben Barrow. So far it's been pretty tight game, 2-1 in favor of 𝗵𝗆. Shea, your thoughts on that first period?
Yeah, one thing I want to mention, being a fellow goalie, is the goaltending in this match has been stellar, especially from near 𝗃𝗁. The Islanders are playing great too, but Near's been playing fantastic.
This puck drops here in the second period. Nissan 𝗏𝗏 will go back to get this one. 𝗏𝗏, 41-year-old Israeli, had 1 goal and 2 assists in 9 games played with the 𝗵𝗆 Chiefs. He's the captain of that team. As here's 𝗧𝗏 sending it back to 𝗏𝗏. He steps into one and a glove save by 𝗃𝗁, and there's that trademark windmill.
Yeah, the first time I played against him, I saw him do that. I was just cracking up down the other side of the ice and laughing when he was doing it, and I loved it. And when I saw him at the All-Star game, he was doing it too, and we give each other big hugs. He's just a guy who just loves to have fun playing the game of hockey. All smiles, and that's the way it should be.
How fun was that All-Star game last night, Shea?
It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, my leg still hurts, and I'm probably going to be out for another week. But it was definitely fun being with the boys, being on the bench. The guys were happy that I was out there, and I was happy I was able to get in the booth with you for 1 period and annoy the listeners.
There's a chance for 𝗧𝗏, and he scores! What a shot by Eliezer 𝗧𝗏, right in between the pad and the glove, and we're tied at 2.
That is a really deceptive shot right there. First, he had the puck, and he dragged it about 3 or 4 inches, changing the angle of the shot, and he shot it at what we call the 6-hole, the 13 inches above the ice. That's a very hard save to make right below the glove, above the pad. One of the toughest saves made in hockey. With the change in direction through a screen, it's a very hard shot. And you can see near 𝗃𝗁 looking at Jerusalem and saying, good shot.
That's some good analysis, Shea.
Yeah, sometimes I get scored on a lot, so I understand how the goals go in.
Here's looking the other way for 𝗵𝗆. Looking to answer, and a good save by Resinger. So despite a short bench tonight for the Jerusalem Capitals, able to claw back and tie this game up at 2 apiece early in the second. Here's 𝗪𝗠. He goes behind the net with 𝗏𝗏 sitting on in front, and a save is made by Resinger. 𝗧𝗏 will hoist this one out. Important to note, this is the period of the long change as 𝗏𝗏 skates into this one and a pad save. My point being that if Jerusalem wants to make a change with that short bench, they're going to have to hustle all the way back across the ice. Here's Lukin the other way for 𝗵𝗆. The drop for 𝗪𝗠, then the drop for 𝗏𝗏, but he was too far behind that one. Lukin, nice drag around Greenberg, sending one out in front. 𝗲𝗂 turning shot and a pad save by Rezsinger.
Lukin's had a very quiet night, but you just saw him making some amazing plays just over there.
The other way, it's 𝗧𝗏 stopping hard in the corner, but no one there at the point to take it, so it's Lukin trying to saucer one ahead for Volez. Off a tip in the neutral zone, he'll pick this one up behind the net. Runs right into 𝗬𝗎though. Able to feed it out in front for 𝗲𝗂. The drop for Lukin. Then in front for 𝗬𝘁, but he ran into Fagan, and it's taken the other way by 𝗬𝗎, trying to feature 𝗵𝗲𝗺 on a breakaway, but too many Bat-Yam Dolphins back to break it up. Now it's 𝗲𝗂 shooting one off the leg of 𝗬𝗎. He tries again to clear, but this time it's Volez keeping it deep. Spivak the tip bat of the neutral zone, and there's 𝗕𝗏 waiting for it. 𝗕𝗏 the drop for Spivak. He shoots one, pad save by Tikhon. Bat-Yam quickly countering. Lukin will chase Fagan after this one. He'll get it behind the net. Lukin has 𝗏𝗏 cutting to the net on his backhand. Couldn't get a shot on. He'll send it down low to Goodman. We haven't seen a lot of Goodman this season, getting some time in tonight. The net is off its post. We play on though. Here is Rosenman sending one out in front. Pad save. The rebound in front can't be put home by Goodman. Here's 𝗕𝗏 flying through the neutral zone. Cuts to the outside, shoots one, and he scores! 𝗕𝗏 deceptive again in Jerusalem. Now leads this one 3-2.
So yeah, as I said earlier, that second goal changes the angle of the shot. Is a tougher save for the goaltender. I feel like he threw near off when he shot it on the ice. As you see, he moved it 2 inches to the left and then pulled it against the grain. And when the goalie's in line the entire time, he's actually ahead of the play. He wasn't really behind it there, and the far side was open. As we say at Stop It Goaltending, chicks don't dig short side goals. So.
It's another beauty for 𝗬𝗎𝗇 𝗕𝗏. He started this game down 2-0, now leading it 3-2.
3 more to go.
There's a big hit by Abrahams in the corner, sending one out in front. Oh, what a save by Tikhon on 𝗧𝗏.
That is a big save there.
Another big hit in the neutral zone, this time by 𝗧𝗏 on Rosenman, as things starting to get a little chippy. Now he brings it in over the line. Dips to the outside, but he couldn't get it around Norris. Back to Goodman. Feeding one out in front, and it can't be tipped on goal. Now a chance from the point from Tkachuk went wide. Here's Greenberg leading a 3-on-2 for Jerusalem. Max Abrahams feeding one out in front. Greenberg not fast enough to get in front of the goal. Jerusalem making some changes. Norris almost turned this one over. It's chopped ahead by Gelbart away from Bat-Yam sticks. And it's brought in by Spivak. Spivak gets around Tkachuk, has Rome to beat. Finds 𝗕𝗏 off the bench at the far wall, sends it down low to 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 goes behind the net, working on 𝗏𝗏. Then Spivak, now back to the point for Gelbart. He shoots one and a save by Tikhon, but that's some good zone time for the Jerusalem Capitals.
Oh, absolutely. No, when you're down by 2 and you come back from the 2-goal deficit, I also want to mention Nir's pad save over there. That was a huge save to get the momentum back for Bat-Yam. Giving up 3 goals in a row like that is always a tough look, especially 2 back-to-back. You never want to go down 2 after being up 2. Obviously, you never want to just give up goals in general, though.
Nir Tikhon still without a regulation loss in this young IEHL season, now entering its second half. 3.5 goals against average for him, as this one, his shot from the point is blocked in front, and then it comes to Rome, and a save is made by Rezsinger. Angus couldn't handle it out in front, so 𝗕𝗏 skates the other way. A lot of speed. He beats Tkachuk, goes behind the net, looks for a wrap chance. Sends one out in front for 𝗏𝗏, and a kick save is made by Tikhon without his stick. Spivak over to 𝗕𝗏. He'll collect this one in the corner, turns away from Gurevich, sends one out in front, finds Spivak on the far side. Good play by Spivak to shield off the defenseman row. Now 𝗕𝗏 scores! A hat trick for 𝗬𝗎𝗇 𝗕𝗏. That one had a lot of zip on it.
Wow. I think we had a speedometer, but not anymore. That was a hard, heavy shot. And especially on the one-timer, Nir could not get set for that. Yeah, That's just a power shot. It looks like we got some little talking over there. Just telling him, good job, but.
It's 𝗬𝘂𝗍𝗺 𝗫𝗏𝗀𝗺's 12th goal of the year that puts him in second place in the IEHL behind only Phil Buschbacher, who is done for the season. It's Aviv Milner and David Levin behind him for HC Netanya. We'll see them in the next game, but right now 𝗬𝘂𝗍𝗺 𝗫𝗏𝗺 leading this league in goals in terms of active players.
𝗫𝗏𝗺 is somebody on the ice that you really got to watch out for in any type of situation. He can pass the puck very well, and obviously, as we just saw here, he already has a hat trick, and we're not even halfway done with the second period yet.
3 straight goals for 𝗬𝘂𝗍𝗺 𝗫𝗏𝗺. And he's got this team firmly in the driver's seat this evening tonight after trailing 2-0 early. We'll see if Nikita Lukin, Gleb Volez, and the Bat Yam Dolphins have any answers. Schwartzman drives this one from center ice, and it's patted aside by Tichon. Lukin has it picked off at center ice by Norris, but now it comes to Volez. Volez on right wing. He fakes the shot, sends it to 𝗪𝘳𝗀, back in front, off the leg, and up in the air, collected by Volez, trying to get it back to the point. Near Tilson. Has Volez open behind the net. Has Norris to beat, comes out on the other side. Feeding in front for Lukin, and he couldn't get a backhand shot on goal. This one's hoisted ahead. 𝗬𝘂 having some trouble with it. 𝗪𝘳𝗀 able to come all the way back and send this one around. Schwartzman finishing his check as Nikita Lukin brings it ahead for Bat Yam. Lukin dips around 𝗫𝗏𝗺, trying to get around Fagan. Softly handling this puck and now giving it to Volez. Now out in front for 𝗪𝘳𝗀, and he couldn't direct it on goal. Here's 𝗫𝗏𝗺 again. Way too much time and space. He makes 𝗪𝘂𝗍 pay. The drop in front for Schwartzman, and he couldn't get a shot on goal. The other way, it's Lukin. He cuts to the middle, shoots one, and a save by Resinger.
𝗫𝗏𝗺 out there is just having way too much free reign, doing whatever he wants with the puck, putting that thing on a string and making the Bat Yam defenders look silly.
You can just see as he's walking in over the blue line how the defensemen are just backing off from him. And when you give a player with the skill set of 𝗫𝗏𝗺 that much time and space, he's going to use every bit of skill that he has in his bag of tricks.
The guy's played pro hockey since he was 19 years old. He's been playing pro for 11 years now. The footwork the footwork he has in this league is the best around. The guy who's able to change direction and change speed so quickly that the defenders are afraid that he's going to use his speed, but he ends up changing it up and making them look silly.
Gnarry sends this one ahead. Misses his teammate 𝗫𝗏𝗃 with that pass, but it slows down, so no icing. Michel has to play this one from behind his own goal. Levy chops that one off the boards. Looking to go ahead for 𝗫𝗏𝗺. Has only Gnarry to beat, but a good play by Gnarry to stay right with him. Cameron Angus. He goes behind in the net. Now centering feed in front for 𝗫𝗏𝗃 off the skate of Michel. J-Vac sent to the corner by Angus. Michel on his backhand finds Levy. And again, here's 𝗫𝗏𝗺. This time he's marked by Gnarry. He shoots one and a save by Tichon. I don't think he saw it coming. He'll head to the bench, does 𝗫𝗏𝗺, as Bat Yam looks for a quick counter. Here's Orome trying to cut to the middle. Spivak with a good back check, and then Gelbart, while falling down, it's Abraham's handling the puck. He had Vitaly Schwartzman way open behind the defense. Couldn't find him the puck. Michel gets that one away from 𝗪𝘳𝗀, and now Fagan punches it out of the zone. Bat Yam making some changes. Schwartzman over to Greenberg. Greenberg with a shot and a glove save by Tichon. Not too many whistles in the second period. It's been good pace back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. And then the only whistles we've really had is when 𝗬𝘂𝗍𝗺 scores.
He is not on the ice. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe the stomping is starting to begin. Sorry.
Taking a little bit of a break now. His team up 4-2 as Saunders trying to get around 𝗵𝗆. 𝗵𝗆 with a good defensive play. But Jerusalem can't clear the zone. It's kept in by Rosamond, at least for now. 𝗓𝗏 breaks ahead with this one. Has only 𝗓𝗏 to beat, but he can't get around his skate. Saunders the other way for 𝗵𝗏. Ahead to Rosamond. Rosamond fakes the drive, gets around 𝗵𝗆 to his backhand. He shoots in a save by Resinger. Sitting in the crease, and he makes another kick save on Saunders. Rotner now controlling this one in the neutral zone. He'll go up the left wing to 𝗫𝗏 with 2 goals in this one. The drop to 𝗪𝗁 and a pad save by Resinger, strongly putting that one in the corner. Now lead pass for 𝗕𝗏𝗺, and he bobbled it. Tikhon out to play it safely away from 𝗕𝗏𝗺 into the neutral zone. Back on it is 𝗕𝗏𝗺. Playing it to his goaltender, Resinger, a little bit dangerous with Lukin bearing down. Norris, though, able to hand off to Levy. Levy into the zone, cuts to the middle. Curls back, waits for reinforcements, goes down low to Spivak. All the way around for Gelbart. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 covering at the point. He gets the puck, fakes the drive, gives to Norris. Norris steps into one, tipped in front, and it is stopped by Tikhon and into the protective netting.
One thing I really want to note were those 2 saves that 𝗂𝗏 made down there. You know, 𝗂𝗏 being one of the smaller goalies in this league, doesn't have a lot of size, but one thing I think he does very well is utilize the size that he does have. He's very patient. He plays over the puck very well. And he takes up a lot of space, especially on that second save with the kick save with his leg. He took up a good amount of net there, even though he's a smaller frame goaltender.
It's an important save for his team, up 4-2. Now 4 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second period. This face-off in the offensive zone for the Capitals, but it's 𝗵𝗏 controlling. Lukin now sending one ahead for 𝗪𝗁. 𝗪𝗁 curls back to pick up some speed, and here he comes. Didn't see Lukin heading to the bench. Trying to chip this one around the Jerusalem defense. This one goes all the way down and will become an icing. Or a penalty, rather. Perhaps offside. The referee had their hand up. But here's Lukin on his backhand, and a good save by Resinger. Didn't know where that one was. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 the other way, in over the blue line. Gets around Tilson. In front for Spivak on his backhand, and a save by Tikhon. Now in front for Schwartzman, and another kick save by Tikhon. Some good saves there by Nir Tikhon as a collision at the blue line forces the whole play offside.
Yeah, I just want to know it was a good pick to set by 𝗪𝗁 to get the Jerusalem defender out of the way. One thing I also want to note too, Elijah 𝗕𝗏𝗺 just went untouched going through the middle of the ice. And as you said earlier, you cannot give somebody with that much skill and that much experience playing professional hockey just coasting it through the center of the ice. Get a stick there, get a body there. You can't just be floating through the middle.
One thing I want to watch as Jake 𝗓𝗏 actually handles this puck, I want to see him out more against Eliezer 𝗕𝗏𝗺. He's arguably the most mobile and experienced defenseman 𝗵𝗏 has on their team, and perhaps matching him up against Eliezer 𝗕𝗏𝗺 can change 𝗵𝗏's fortunes a little bit. Another defenseman for 𝗵𝗏, Daniel Nikitschuk, Eli Tilson, Michael Katz, Stanislav Rotner, Shaul Halevi. Either lack the age, and if not age, they're older than 𝗓𝗏. They just lack the American hockey experience that 𝗓𝗏 has and the coaching that he likely gets over in the United States. That's just unfortunately not available in this part of the world. Nikitschuk, the drop for Angus, also a defenseman by trade, throws that one on goal and it's blocked away. Rome with Angus trying to go to the net, it's blocked away by Greenberg. Comes back to the point and a save by Resinger off Nikitschuk. Angus behind the net. Up top for Rome, but it went over his stick. Now Abrahams bat this one down. Greenberg not fast enough to skate into a 2-on-1. Gnowry stumbling with it. Can't get the puck away from Abrahams. Abrahams trying to cut to the outside, but a good back check by Jake Gnowry, able to break it up. There's that skating ability of Jake Gnowry. Now joining the rush with 𝗪ζίκο handling the puck. 𝗪ζίκο trying to find Gnowry cutting to the goal, but he bobbled the puck. Now a shot by 𝗪ζίκο is patted aside. Into play it is 𝗏. 𝗏 drags and shoots one over the glove of 𝗏zinger and high. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 back out on the ice for Jerusalem. He tipped that pass. 𝗏 will send it down and go off on a change. 𝗏lez trying to beat Michel to that puck. He's able to win that battle. Angus sends it around, but no one there at the point. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 couldn't skate into that pass from 𝗕𝗫. The two French-Canadian players on this team, both playing significant time in Quebec. Good friends off the ice as well. Here's 𝗏lez in front for 𝗪ζίκo, back in front to Lukin. Oh, what a save by 𝗏zinger.
Again, as I said earlier, smaller goalie. He is very fast in that, but he utilizes his size and comes across with an amazing save. I would call it save of the game already. We're not even done with the second period.
What a strong push, moving from right to left by Jonathan 𝗏zinger. We're going to have another look at it on the replay. Pass all the way across, and Lukin had that one labeled for the top corner.
And that's against 𝗵𝗏𝗺's arguably most offensive threat. Has been like the best player. Like, that's a really good save to keep his team up by 2. And, you know, a 4-3 lead and a 4-2 lead is very different going into the third period. It's very different vibes in that locker room, for sure.
Absolutely right, Shay. An important save by Jonathan 𝗏zinger. 𝗏lez out in front looking for 𝗪ζίκο as Batyan really pushing in these last few minutes. Norris with a good defensive play, able to send around for Levy. But now a turnover. Lukin trying to drag around the defenseman Norris. Unsuccessful, and here's 𝗕𝗏𝗺 back the other way. He gets around Khanukhayev, got a shot on, and a save by Tikhon.
There's that change in speed that I was talking about. You saw him gaining speed through the offensive zone, and as soon as he went to go around the defender, he picked up speed, made him look like a turnstile, and was able to cut through the middle for a very good offensive opportunity with just a better save by Near.
He's just able to look at the defenseman and see whether or not they're flat-footed. He saw David Khanukhayev, who was covering him on that play, and that just quick turn, able to completely throw the defenseman off and get a quality scoring chance.
You got to step up on a player like that, especially. You got two guys with you. The other guy can help out if he beats you, but you can't give somebody like that with that much speed and that much offensive ability, time and space. He's going to take advantage of it. We've said that 4 times this period.
Both bullet drive, it's deflected in on 𝗏zinger, celebrating the shot, the fact that he got that shot off, and another save for Nir Tikhon. Greenberg strong off that draw, trying to hold it in the zone, but 𝗏𝗏𝗺 has other ideas. Picking up speed behind the net, finding Saunders on the near boards, but now another turnover. Schwartzman chips this one to himself, but not around Saunders. Saunders able to get it deep with 35 seconds left in the second period. This one sent all the way down in on 𝗏zinger. Collision at center ice. 𝗏zinger will just hand that off to his defenseman, 𝗏𝗏𝗺. 𝗏𝗏𝗺, the former captain of the Israeli national team, getting this one in deep. As Tilson plays it in his own end, Schwartzman will curl back, set up a trap with 9 seconds left in the second. It's Jerusalem coming back from 2-1 down going into this one. They score 3 in the second and now lead this one 4-2 as we head into the long intermission. Third period coming up here on the Israel National Hockey Society YouTube channel. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the third period.
Normally, ice hockey leagues start in the fall, as the weather gets colder and the sweaters the players put on every night become necessary. Normally, hockey is an American and Northern European sport, unbeknown to Asia and the Middle East. Normally, hockey players use their summers to train for the upcoming professional season. But this is Israel, and Israel is anything but normal. It's May 31st, 2022, the first day of 𝗬𝗲 𝗵𝗵 We're minutes away from kicking off one of the most exciting summer hockey leagues in the world. The weather's getting warmer, and unlike the Canadian ponds, lakes, and rivers in October, the Mediterranean Sea is only getting warmer. The players are from all over the world, including right here in Israel. They're here not just because they love this sport, but because they love this country. This league is special. The players you're about to watch chose to spend their summer growing hockey in the desert. It's the same attitude this country's founding fathers had over 70 years ago. They left the four corners of the world to a land that had nothing, and they made the desert bloom and built a thriving society. Speak to one of the league's commissioners, and they'll tell you how much they believe in this vision. Last year was an incredible success, with ● 𝗵 taking home the championship on a sheet of ice that was barely suitable for 4-on-4. Now we're in One Ice Arena, a brand new Olympic-sized facility in the heart of Israel. Hockey is on the upswing here, driven both by American immigrants and Israelis who stumbled upon this crazy game. So these next 4 or so weeks, let's cheer these hockey trailblazers on. They're here to put on an unbelievable show, and I have every bit of confidence they'll deliver. Welcome to the Israel Elite Hockey League.
Tonight's IEHL broadcast is brought to you by 𝗵𝗃 drone video, 𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃's skate sharpening, Hockey Central Shop in Krefeld, Germany, Transport Regent, Canada's finest moving company for over 20 years, and 𝗨𝗏𝗃 photography store in Tel Aviv.
Welcome back to One Ice Arena, and we're just about set to start the third period between Bat Yam and Jerusalem. It was Bat Yam holding a lead coming into the second, but Jerusalem turned it on and scored 3 straight goals, and now are leading this one by a score of 4-2. Shay, what do you think Bat Yam needs to do to come back in this one?
I think Bat Yam honestly just needs to play with a little more swagger out there. They look really conservative, really flat-footed. Turn on the Jets, get the puck in the offensive zone, and let's go bar Mexico.
Could use a trip. Here's Volez off the opening faceoff, and he's ridden into the boards by 𝗀𝗄𝗄. 𝗃𝗃 finds Lukin in the slot. Curls away from pressure. Lukin turning on the spin cycle. Down low to Rosenman, back to Lukin. He curls now to Gleb Volez, trying to get around Abrahams. Volez, centering feed for 𝗃𝗃, trying to drop for Lukin. Netta Halpert read it well, but here's Volez right back on the puck. Cutting to the middle, trying to chop it on goal, and it ends up wide. Jerusalem surviving the early pressure. Right back in, it's Rosenman getting around Levy. Volez picks this one up at the point. Long shift for these Bat Yam Dolphins. They've been out there for now over a minute. But here's Lukin holding on the pressure, sends one out in front, saved by Resinger. It's on top of his blocker, and he's able to hold on.
I thought that was about to trickle in. A great save there, good rebound control. And one thing also to note was it was a good awareness of the play to know where the stick was and not slide past the play. He got his body in front of the puck. And again, utilization of the body there. great save to keep the 2-goal lead.
And some good early pressure from 𝗵𝗵𝗺. About a minute 10 shift, almost all of it in the offensive zone for the Dolphins. Now Ria is the second line going to work for the Dolphins. 𝗪, Cameron Angus, and Ben Gurevich. They get this one in. 𝗪𝘆 out there for the Jerusalem Capitals. Turning back with this one. Fagan now up right wing for 𝗧𝗵𝗃. Sends one ahead for 𝗵𝗵𝗃. 𝗵𝗵𝗃, the drop for 𝗧𝗵𝗺. Punched away by 𝗬𝗏. It's a great defensive play there. Angus trying to hold his balance, able to swing that one around for Ben Gurevich. Back to the point for 𝗬𝗏. Looks for a lane, steps into one, and it's blockered up high by Resinger. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 chips this one around the defenseman, and here he comes. 2-on-1 with 𝗧𝗵𝗃. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 gets around, sends it in front. Oh, and another pad save by Tikhon on 𝗧𝗵𝗃. Remember that save. Angus in the other way, trying to get around 𝗵𝗵𝗃. 𝗵𝗵𝗃 does a nice job of holding him off. Quick pass in front for Gelbart. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 still able to control that puck. Gives to Schwartzman, and he couldn't find 𝗧𝗵𝗺 on the other side. Kept in the zone by Gelbart. He chips this one down low, and 𝗵𝗵𝗺 able to recoil. Now a stoppage of play.
I really want to note the footwork again by 𝗧𝗵𝗺 when coming into the offensive zone on one knee. Used his edge to help hold the puck away from the 𝗵𝗵𝗺 defender, get up with more momentum. He was able to make a good offensive opportunity against Near.
Looks like there's going to be a penalty against 𝗵𝗵𝗺. They're calling it too many men on the ice. A poorly timed power play after 𝗵𝗵𝗺 had a great start to this third period. But now Elie Tilson will serve a too many men on the ice penalty for the Dolphins, and Jerusalem going back to work on the power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal to 𝗵𝗵𝗺, but a chance to extend their lead even further. Abrahams surveys, gets it all the way over to Schwartzman, but he couldn't handle that hot pass. Greenberg tied up with Ratner behind the goal, and Ratner on his backhand able to get it over the stick of Gelbart and out of the zone. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 now stepping out to the ice. Abrahams will let 𝗧𝗵𝗺 take this one in. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 a shot and a kick save by Tikhon. Resinger's got his hand up for icing, but his team's on the power play, so they have to bring this one all the way back. Now a turnover. Lukin's drive, and it's blocked away by Michel. Bolas his feet in front for Lukin. Never made it there. 𝗵𝗵𝗺 will throw it right back down the ice, and Jerusalem will regroup with under a minute to go on this power play. 𝗬𝗃 𝗬𝗵𝗃 turns away from Lukin, sends it all the way over to 𝗵𝗃. 𝗵𝗃 in on side, sends one to the near corner, and it's 𝗬𝗵𝗃 on it. Turns away from a check, gets it back to the point for Norris. Hands off with 𝗬𝗵𝗃. Down low to 𝗧𝗵𝗺, turning away from Ratner. Throwing one out in front, intended for 𝗬𝗵𝗃, but it was blocked away. Now Lukin curls away from Norris. Killing the final 23 seconds of this power play, but it's taken away by 𝗧𝗵𝗺. Cuts away from Khanukayev, and he shot it wide. The other way, it's Voles. Has Lukin with him. Voles turns away, finds Lukin in front. Lukin a shot, saved by Resinger. 𝗵𝗵𝗃 the other way, 4-on-2 developing for the Capitals. 𝗵𝗵𝗃 ridden off by 𝗬𝗏. Still able to control it for a second. He was looking for 𝗧𝗵𝗺 on the far side. But now 𝗵𝗵𝗺 with a quick counter. Here's Tilson faking the drive and shooting one now into the glove of Resinger.
That is a big-time kill for 𝗵𝗵𝗺 there to kill off that penalty and keep it only a 2-goal deficit. 10 minutes left in this game.
It's a big period for Jonathan Resinger, with his team leading 4-2, looking for his 4th win of the season. That would tie his win total from last season when he went 4-4. Angus. Willis trying to feed it in front for Rome. Was blocked away, and now Fagan will hustle after this one. 𝗬𝗏 meeting him near the blue line. What about 𝗬𝗏 able to bring it in? It's Angus. Cuts to the slot, shoots one, and a save by 𝗏𝗂𝗃. It's a strong play by 𝗵𝗏.
Yeah, 𝗵𝗏 is really fighting their way back here. I hope it's not too little too late, but anything can happen in the hockey, and we both know that.
Tie up off the face-off. It comes to 𝗬𝗏 trying to get it back to the point. There's Rome waiting for it. Rome cuts into the circles, into the slot, and it's shot off the leg of Michel in a little bit of pain, but he stays out on the ice. Thrown to the goal by 𝗬𝗏 and wide. Michel still in some pain, blocking the front of the net. It's clear out of the zone. Michel will rush to the bench. 𝗬𝗏 tried to pick that one up on the weak side, but it was out of his reach and will come all the way back for an icing. 𝗵𝗏 with a tough schedule coming up. They have the Cologne Vipers up next. And what we mentioned before is a very tight playoff race between seeds 2, 3, and 4. Cologne right now occupying the 3rd seed. So an important game on Friday if the score holds for 𝗵𝗏. Here's Shlomo Mizrahi shooting one from the point, and it's patted aside by Tichon. 𝗵𝗏 now turns one back towards the goal, but it went behind it. Ratner trying to find a way out. Rome couldn't chip it ahead. So it's 𝗵𝗏. He gives to 𝗕𝗏. Goes between his legs, gets away from Rome. Beats now 2 defenders. Back to the point for Gelbart. A shot, and Tichon way out of his crease to make that save.
Near coming out of this period looking much sharper than what we saw in the second period. Still playing a great game. Making some big time saves here for his team, especially at the beginning of the period when he came across with that left leg on that backdoor play.
6 skaters out there for the Capitals. It was actually 7. Gelbart and Mizrahi changing for the defense. 𝗵𝗏 and Lukin lining up for this draw, and it's controlled by the Capitals. Down low for 𝗕𝗏. Curls away from Lukin, trying the Michigan. Unsuccessful.
I love
Back
that, like that swagger out there and that confidence to try and move like that. I love to see it.
Good pinch, sent over to 𝗕𝗏, back in front for Norris, and he shot it wide. 𝗕𝗏 back out in front for Norris, and that pass missed him as well. 𝗕𝗏 looking to go again out in front. 𝗵𝗏 couldn't control it. Couple of good chances there for Jerusalem to extend their lead. But we remain at 4-2 as 𝗕𝗏 now skates to the bench, and Lukin brings the puck up. Lukin runs into a maze of Capitals, and 𝗏𝗏 coming away with his puck, throws it to the far wall, but kept in the zone by Voles. Down low now for Lukin. Lukin out in front, saved by 𝗏𝗂𝗃. He made 2 saves, and then it's sent to the corner. Abraham's right back the other way. Taken off the puck by Lukin. Now 𝗃𝗃 looking to get it ahead. Abraham didn't see 𝗃𝗃 coming behind him, so that forces Fagan to recoil in his own end. Down the right wing, Schwartzman picks this one up onside. Schwartzman trying to cut to the middle. He lost the puck. Gets it back behind the net. Defended well by 𝗃𝗃. Now it comes to Shaul Halevi. Throws one off the near wall and all the way down. This one will become an icing. Upcoming schedule for the Jerusalem Capitals. Their next game is almost a week from now. They next play on Tuesday against the top seed Netanya. We mentioned before their last game, an 11-5 win against Cologne, but a real measuring stick game for the Jerusalem Capitals. They fell to Netanya on opening night 10-3, but I think this is a very different team than we saw on opening night, Jay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the whole in Netanya game was very close. You don't put up 11 goals on the second, right now, the second best team in the league. You know, 𝗧𝗲 really coming out that game with 7 goals that game.
He was absolutely magnificent in that one. I think it was points, not necessarily goals. He had 8 of them. He had a hat trick, but another 5 assists to boot. So Michel lines up his man in the corner. 𝗪𝗁𝗀 forgot the puck was in his skates. Still able to come away with it though, at least momentarily. A good play by Max Abrahams though. He'll send this one all the way down for an icing. Close in on 6 minutes and 22 seconds to play in this third period. No scoring so far in this period. Jerusalem holding on to a 4-2 advantage. Stay with us. After the conclusion of this one, it's going to be HC Netanya taking on the Haifa Mariners. And if Netanya wins, they will clinch the first spot in the IEHL playoffs as 𝗂𝘁 steps into this one and drives it wide. Schwartzman gets around 𝗂𝘁. 𝗂𝘁 with a good play. Away from the puck, able to send this one back in. Schwartzman falling to the ice, he lost his stick. Centering feed in front, missed Saunders. 𝗫𝗏 trying to pull that one towards the goal. Couldn't get around the skate of 𝗵𝗃. 𝗵𝗃 now turning away from Batyan pressure. Nearly a turnover, good play by 𝗵𝗃 to get it out. To Neta Halpert. He'll send this one all the way down, and it'll become an icing. If you're Halpert, you gotta get that red line. Poorly timed icing there by the Jerusalem Capitals, and now an important offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Bat-Yam Dolphins.
If I were the Bat-Yam Dolphins right now, I would really try to get Lukin right there, like top of the circles for that point, but he's on the bench right now. I would get, look, they're putting a winger right there. I really try to hammer it home and get a good rebound or a tip on Jonathan.
It's going to be what is effectively the second line out there for the Dolphins. We mentioned before Angus, Rome, and 𝗀𝗏𝗃. This one up in the air in the slot. Punched down by Neta Halpert, and he'll skate into this one. Lost it between his skates. Delayed offside. Halpert comes back to touch up. Now Shlomo Mizrahi with some limited time and space, able to get it away from 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Puck came back to him, but he was skating back into his own end to play some defense. 𝗏𝗏 having some trouble with it. He lost his stick. Angus will kick this one around. 𝗵𝗃 will send it the rest of the way. Hoping Shlomo Mizrahi will catch up to this one, but he turned it over. In front for Angus, he shoots one! Oh, that one just missed the post.
He had no idea where that puck was either. That was gonna go top corner if that hit the net.
Here's Levy cheating up ahead. Tichon will meet this puck in the corner.
Good puck movement there by Nir. I like to see the goalies, especially here, move the puck because you don't see too many goalies in Israel moving the puck like that.
Unlike in the United States where there's a trapezoid behind the net and the goalie is only allowed to play the puck in that designated area, Israel and pretty much most of the world does not play with that restriction, so Tichon able to play the puck pretty much anywhere in his own end. Greenberg up ahead to 𝗵𝗃. A good play by Nikitchuk to break it up. It comes back to Greenberg though. He shoots and a save is made. Rebound sitting in the crease is punched away, and it comes to Lukin. He'll get on his horse and move down right wing. Lukin to the backhand and chops one over the net. Here's 𝗀𝗏. Trying to center one out in front. It was blocked away. Lukin picks this one up in the near corner, trying to go back to the point for 𝗫𝗏. Good pinch there by the defenseman out of Chicago, Illinois. Gets one down low looking for 𝗀𝗏. Doris comes in to break it up. But Bat-Yam able to hold the zone. Lukin in the right circle. Shoots one and a good blocker save by Resinger. Schwartzman giving 𝗫𝗏 a rough ride into the neutral zone. Eventually picked off by Greenberg, and it's a 2-on-1. Greenberg in front. Schwartzman couldn't handle that pass.
That was a great setup right there, too. It just went right under the heel of his stick.
Abrams out in front for Schwartzman, but good play by Lukin getting back to break it up. 3:10 to go in the third period. Lukin to the outside. He curls back with Rome waiting at the point. Goes all the way over for 𝗀𝗏. 𝗬𝗏 sends one to the goal, and it never made it on. Good play by Michelle to break it up. 𝗬𝘁 was there pinching in from the point. 𝗬𝘁 creating time and space. Rome slides that one down low for 𝗬𝗏. Ridden off by 𝗏𝗏𝗺. Good strong play by Nissan 𝗏𝗏𝗺, but he can't clear the zone. Jerusalem caught in their own end. To Rome, to 𝗬𝘂𝗃. 𝗬𝘂𝗃, the drop pass. 𝗧𝗃𝗁 couldn't get it on. And after all of that, not really much offense generated by the 𝗵𝗲𝗺 Dolphins. 𝗬𝗏 right back in. He has the two 𝗵𝗲𝗺 goals. 2-on-1 with 𝗬𝘂𝗃. 𝗬𝘂𝗃 centers out in front for 𝗬𝘁. Oh, and he just missed the glove hand of 𝗏𝗂𝗃. 𝗬𝘂𝗃 right back on it, sending one out in front. 𝗬𝗁 has got that one, and he's able to hold on.
Passing play by 𝗵𝗲𝗺 right now is looking very good. With 2 minutes left to go in the game, I would really be looking to pull the goalie. Timeout, it looks like, for 𝗵𝗲𝗺. Probably going to draw something up. You can see 6 skaters out there.
Whole team's going to come to the bench. That was a very long shift in the Jerusalem zone. But really, besides that good passing play that we just saw, it missed 𝗏𝗏𝗃 to the glove side. Not too many shots on net for 𝗵𝗲𝗺.
No, and I really feel like, especially when you're going into the third period down by 2, that's when you really got to, risk it a little more. You got to take those chances. You're not up by 1. You don't have to play reserve. You just got to go for it. I really feel like 𝗵𝗲𝗺's not going for it. Again, a little flat-footed. I don't know if maybe if they had too much pasta Alfredo before the game, but they look a little slow out there right now.
We've always said about Nikita Lukin, and if you've watched him this season, you could tell how much of a smooth skater he is. Can't see him on your screen right now. That's the Jerusalem bench. Is Lukin on the far side of the ice lining up for this face-off. He's such a smooth skater, and he does it so effortlessly, able to pick up speed without barely even taking a stride, but sometimes he just looks a little bit too fancy in the offensive zone. We saw a little bit of that on that play. But now with 2:05 left in the third period, we'll see what he's got in his bag of tricks. 8 goals and 6 assists for 14 points in this first half of the IEHL season. 𝗃𝗁 standing to the outside of his crease, and he's going to run to the bench. But now a steal. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 with a wide open net. He scores. A poorly timed play at the blue line is costly for 𝗵𝗲𝗺, and 𝗧𝗏𝗺's got his 4th goal of the night.
I think it's very funny, too. The ref didn't notice that the net came off and up, which should have been an automatic whistle. As a goalie, you kind of know that when the whistle should come, but nobody noticed, and they were able to just send it down after you saw near and the penalty time change over there, and that ices the game right there.
Essentially, it does. 𝗵𝗲𝗺 waited to pull their goalie until they won the face-off, and they actually did get possession, but a really bad turnover at the blue line. It ended up in the back of their net. So Jerusalem looks like they're going to walk away with a win. They have 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the game. They're going to improve to 4-2. They were 4-4-1 last season. And don't forget, they started this season 0-2, losing to Netanya 10-3. And then a 5-3 loss to Toulon. They've rebounded really well in these last 4 games.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to watch from the stands due to a leg injury after I got to see the Jerusalem Capitals give my team a nice beatdown, 5 rip. It was kind of a tough moment to watch the boys and be behind the bench a little bit for that. But hopefully, Haifa can make a bounce back this game against Netanya, the team that hurt me.
So technically, 𝗵𝗲𝗺 lost to Netanya. Jerusalem on their way to beating 𝗵𝗲𝗺. Jerusalem's looking pretty good.
Jerusalem definitely on a roll, and Philip Bushbacher said it best. 3 games is a fluke, 4 games is a streak.
Here's 𝗧𝗏𝗺 again, looking to add to his tremendous night. Sends it over for Shlomo Levy, and he shanked the shot and then flies into the net. 𝗪𝗁 the other way. He shoots one off the leg of 𝗪𝗀𝗃𝗄𝗃. playing some really good defense tonight for the Capitals. 𝗕𝗏𝗺 still picking cherries, has Shlomo Mizrahi along for the ride. Tries to feed him, getting around 𝗕𝗏𝗃. But 𝗕𝗏𝗃 able to break it up and send Tilson ahead for one last rush. Jacob Goodman with a shot, it's padded aside. Really good night for Jonathan Res-Inger tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You know, at first we were talking about how great 𝗫r was playing, and I really feel like Jonathan stole the show. And as a goalie, your job is really just to keep your team in a position to win, and he was able to do that all night and make the saves that his team expect him to make, and a few saves that his team did not expect him to make.
His last three games, a 5-0 win against Haifa, an 11-5 win against Khulon. And here is a 5-2 win for Jonathan Res-Inger and the Jerusalem Capitals. It's Eliezer 𝗕𝗏𝗺 scoring 4 goals tonight, en route to a dominant victory over the second seed Bat Yam Dolphins. Jerusalem taking their spot in the standings. Shay, your final thoughts?
I think this, to be honest, was one of the closest games of this season that I've seen, and I really think it was a back and forth game for a while. And then we had a big lead change, which was very exciting to watch, and I was really happy up here doing color commentary with you, and it was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Shay. I'm Ben Baruch saying good night for now. Stay with us for HC Netanya taking on your Haifa Mariners. We'll be back in about 15 minutes here from One Ice Arena.